welcome everybody. If you're wanting to come to the Worldwide Woodturners free weekly Zoom meeting, guess what? You found it. Next week, tell a friend, bring a friend, and we'll have just as much fun next week as we're going to have tonight. So we're at the top of the hour here, so we'll get going here with a little bit of gallery, and we'll talk a little bit about level up, things that are going to be going on up there. We won't dwell on it too much. Don't want to bore the non-casuals here. So, and then we'll do some safety, and then we'll be going down to South Texas and having ourselves a wonderful demonstration being put on by Billy Birch. So with that, Matt, take us away with some of the gallery.
All right. Thanks, Dane. First up is Brenda. Hey, Brenda.
Brenda.
Turn today. And look what I did today. I made this little box.
Aw.
See
That's
this?
pretty.
You see this little
That's
box?
so pretty. Cute.
Got the brass little thingy, opens
Oh,
up.
I like
Yeah,
that.
the hinge, yeah.
And look,
Nice.
I put
Cool.
swirls inside. Can you see the swirls? You can see the swirlies.
Move closer. No,
Gotta get some light. Gotta get some light in there.
yeah.
Yes.
Did
You
you
can sort
flop
of
that?
see them.
Oh,
Oh, there they
there it
are.
is,
There
there
they
it is.
are.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Very nice, Brenda.
And I swirled the bottom.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
pretty, Brenda. That's a nice job.
Yeah. And here's the bottom of it. It fits a
Yeah, sure.
ring.
Cool.
That's a beautiful box.
That is.
Yeah,
I
pretty.
love the
Very
shape
nice.
is just gorgeous.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Very
The
nice.
top cracked on me when I got done, and it's not very
We'll
good.
do that.
Got a crack. But hey, it's the first one. So
Looks nice, Brenda.
I really like that.
thank you.
That is just
What
pretty.
I did today.
Thank you,
Where'd
Brenda.
you get
That's
that ring?
beautiful.
Where'd you get that ring from, Carl?
No, Amazon, I believe. I didn't
Amazon?
buy those at from Carl.
I know a lot of people are always searching for that type of collapsed ring.
It took me
for
forever to find it,
boxes.
yes.
Yeah.
What size is that one? Is that 3 inches?
No, I think that's about an inch and a half.
Inch and a half? Well, that's all it was. It looks bigger than that.
Well, let's see.
The camera adds weight and size.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
The camera
He said
adds
that-
weight and size.
You keep telling yourself that, Jeff.
Yep.
2 1/4.
There you
2
go.
1/4?
2
Were there
1/4.
different sizes you were able to
Get down.
Yes, this was the smaller one of the two that I bought. Yeah.
And where did you get them, Brenda?
Amazon.
Yeah, I think I got a couple of them from Woodcraft a while ago.
Yeah.
I think it was
I
Woodcraft.
couldn't find them at none of them.
No,
No,
Craft Supply
okay.
used to sell them.
Find them anywhere, but Amazon was the only place I could find them.
Get
So
down.
if you have your
Cool.
2 1/4 inches, so you tone your lid and your bowl, I guess a little bit smaller for both, or is one a different size? The head or
Stop.
The ring itself was 2 1/4.
yeah, okay. So you make a 2 1/4 tenon for the lid and for the box. So
Yes.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. That's really pretty. I like that. That's very elegant looking. Very elegant.
Down.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish the lid
Very
would
nice.
turn out better, but oh well.
Very nice.
That's pretty.
Next one
That's
maybe will
pretty.
be better.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yep.
Next up is Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Hey there. Glad my bourbon's off to the side.
We would
still working on my
understand.
segmenting. What's that?
We would understand.
Yeah. Still working on my segmenting project, but for this week, I've got a Gatsby click from Penn State. This is their older style with the click mechanism of the plastic assembly on the inside. It's very smooth. It uses a Parker refill, and it's zebra wood on it.
Nice.
Beautiful.
My goodness, it's so pretty.
Yeah. So I'm just grabbing random kits out of my box that I've been collecting for years and just doing them. So,
There you go.
Beautiful.
So JJ, I sent you a picture of this already, so you should have that by now. But that's what I got for this week.
Beautiful finish.
Right on. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Looks
good.
SCA
Really.
finish.
Really pretty.
Very nice. Thanks,
Thank you.
Jeff. Next up is Roger Wallum. Hey, Roger.
Go.
Whoops.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. My goodness.
Hey.
Yeah, that came out good, Raj.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
With
is-
Down.
That's pretty. That's the stuff I like.
What kind of wood was that?
Honey locust.
Honey
Oh,
locust.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That
that
same-
had to
the
be.
same.
This hole right here, that wasn't open yesterday. And there's a big pile of shavings on my table over there where it was sitting.
Huh.
Huh.
You had somebody come in and help you with that, huh?
I think it's got ants in it. I
Oh,
know when I
geez.
was turning it, I kept finding ants, so.
Oh, probably are,
Ah.
man.
They're moving
That's
out.
probably
huh?
where that's probably where the color's coming from.
Probably got dizzy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, probably got dizzy.
But this thing had like 4 branches coming out of it. This one was dead. There was one here, another one down here.
Mm.
Even
That
has a
is
little
a-
bit of bark left here.
That is just amazing.
Yeah, it's a good looking piece of
Yeah,
wood.
yeah. I
I
mean,
like
I'm
it.
sure. I'm sure everybody thought it was just garbage wood. Look what you did to it.
Oh, there's no
I
such
got
thing
the
as
other half
garbage
of it,
wood.
so I'll see how it turns.
Ooh.
But this is the
Probably.
max diameter I can do on the or my Nova lathe. This is 15.5 inches.
beautiful.
Stick
Yeah,
that bowl in the
yeah.
microwave for a little bit. That'll take care of those ants.
It won't fit in my microwave.
You need a bigger one. Very nice, Roger. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Oh, next up is Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Greetings. I was trying to use up scrap pieces off the floor.
You've been watching Martin. Sweet.
My daughter asked me to make a whole bunch of these for her. I told her that when I get the pieces, I'm not cutting good wood to get them. They're all off of their apple, all off the same branch.
That's
Cool.
But I learned something. Be careful when you're doing a branch. Got to remember there was tension on it. If you notice, this one's got a bow to it.
Oh, yeah.
It was straight when I made it. When I got it done, it bowed.
I'll be darned.
That's all I got this week.
All right. Thank you, Charlie.
Right on. Thanks, Charlie.
Nice
Very
job.
nice.
Really?
Next up is Patrick.
Good evening.
Hi,
Good
Pat.
evening.
Evening, Pat.
Turned a little goblet out of pear. There's a local
like that.
church that's looking for goblets for communion on Sundays.
Oh yeah.
And I turned this for a sample for them.
Beautiful.
I like the shape.
Yes, exactly.
If they like it, I might turn, I don't know how many more of them.
It's pretty.
This is what my granddaddy used to call swigum.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet gum.
Yeah,
Yeah, seen the
that's
sweet
pretty.
gum thing
I've
posted
been
this
waiting to
week.
see how that came out.
Yes.
Very pretty.
Not a cool.
It's got a lot of figure.
Yeah, it does.
That is gorgeous.
Yep.
It is
Newsletter.
very. Patrick, you do some very, very nice work.
Thank you, sir. The top
jealous.
is a piece of wormy pear.
Swirls.
Look at the inside.
and that's the top.
Oh, yes.
It's nice. It's just nice.
Your dog likes it too.
Yeah, rescue came by a minute ago with the siren blaring, and
What the
she
heck?
can't stand it.
Look at that figure.
No
Oh,
problem.
Man,
It's,
That is
it's
pretty.
beautiful
just
pen.
full of figure, and the whole tree was like it. I got a log that's a little over 8 feet long,
Oh,
and the butt is about 30 inches, and it's almost all hardwood.
Wow.
Wow.
Would you hollow it with?
Every tool I got in the arsenal,
Yeah, yeah. Did you go from just one end or both ends?
just one end.
Uh-huh. That's really pretty.
yes.
And that's the bottom.
Really pretty.
Oh, beautiful.
But
I
that's
like
all
that.
I've done this week.
Well, that's
That's
That
all.
looks like it. That looks like
That's
it could
all,
have taken
yeah.
all. Could have taken all week, Pat.
It
Probably
took a
couple
while
hours.
to hollow it out. Hollowing the end grain in this stuff is a nightmare. I mean, it's pure dust.
I believe it.
And
Well, you did it
it's
proud,
tough as
man.
nails.
Very nice.
Job. Yeah, it's
Yes,
pretty
very
cool.
nice.
But that's it.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Next up is Roger the Angry.
Hey guys.
No, he's the man tonight.
He is.
Yeah, last week I was working on a couple of things that I've never turned before, so I was practicing them, and then I was working on making T-shirts. Now, the first thing I did was I've never done any off center turning, so I did one of them silly ducks.
Yeah, you did a nice job.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I like that.
And made out of some mulberry, just to see. I'd never done any, so I just want to see what I can come up with.
No, you did good.
Becker.
Yeah, there you go. Just made this little cross. I seen somebody did one on YouTube, so I just made a little cross. Just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Neat.
You
Then
know
here's
what that
the
duck needs? That duck needs a T-shirt with Dane's picture on it.
I could use my laser pecker and engrave one on it.
Yes. Sorry.
I've never done a three corner bowl.
Yeah,
So I did.
Yeah.
that's pretty. Isn't that fun?
What kind of wood
Excuse
is
me?
that?
I said, isn't
This
that
is
fun to
cherry.
do?
What kind
Yeah,
of wood?
it's made of cherry.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. it
A
is.
little
Nice.
more than 1/16 inch thick, so I thought it turned out pretty good for the first time. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Well done.
You did a great job.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How big was the block when you started?
I think it was like maybe it was a 6x6 or 4x4. Which one? I don't really remember now.
You could measure. Yeah, you could measure corner to corner, and that'd tell
Yeah,
you.
it was 6 inch. Yeah, 6 inch.
So 6-inch square block, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
they're
then just
fun. They're fun.
just
Those are
zoomed
fun to
into the headstock and went from there. So it came out. So I was kind of happy about it. Then the only other thing I was working on this week is this thing back here. Got me a dust separator and a chip collector, and married them together and run me some pipe up the wall.
Yeah, I've
I was
been
going to ask
looking at
guys
it.
about, what kind of a
You've been
fitting
busy.
do you use at the lathe.
Yeah, it looks good.
Very
Is it all
cool.
hooked up?
Run as much straight pipe as you can. I found
Yeah.
that out that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, that's all I've got is one straight line that runs on top, and then there'll be 2 drops in it. I'm going to drop one down at my lathe, and then I've got another one that I can run a flexible line off of. But I actually connected the dust separator directly to the motor on the dust collector, so there's no pipe in between, and I just got the one that's short little piece right there. I'm hoping that'll do pretty good for not having any.
Well, how do you like it? How do you like it?
I just finished it up this afternoon, and I haven't had a chance to get my my blast gates in and the 2 drops in. So we'll see.
Roger,
Yes.
for your drops, use 45s. If you have to use 2 of them, that's fine, but space them about a foot apart. You get a better flow with 45s than you will a 90.
What I've got on them is those Ys.
Yeah, that'll
The
work.
Y one comes off, and then I'll put a blast gate there and a short section of the flexible line so I can hook it. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to connect to the actual lathe. What kind of a hood or whatever will work best for collecting stuff at the lathe.
I have a big hood and I don't use it anymore. What I did is I built a little sort of contraption on just the pipe itself. So the pipe, the comes, I get that as close to the piece as I can, and that really sucks the dust in, because the hood was it wasn't generating enough dust to suck it, or enough suction to suck in enough dust.
I've had halfway decent luck with I've got the Rockler system where you can plug it onto each unit, so it's got like a little handle on there and it's just a round piece. That's probably what I would probably do, something like that to kind of hook it to the side of the lathe there. But
sounds like a plan.
Yep. That's really all I had this week.
Thank you very much.
Been busy.
Good work. Next up is Neil. Hey, Neil.
How you doing? Oh, I done a couple pins. This is Indonesia Emboya Burl again on a slimline click pin EDC. And that's gold with that one.
Very nice.
And then I did a gunmetal one with acrylic.
Very
beautiful. Then I did another silver one with acrylic.
Ooh.
Is that a lava blank?
I love those. That's great.
I don't know what I got it at the woodcraft store. So
yeah, that's a lava blank. I like those.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I think it turned out pretty nice.
That's actually a true acrylic. They're made in Italy.
But I think they turned out pretty nice.
Sure did.
And that's all I did this week.
Yeah, right on.
Very cool. Nice work. Nice work, Neil. Thank you. Next up is Al. Hey, Al.
Hey, evening. How's everyone? Everyone's good, I hope.
Doing good.
Just fine. Yep.
This was from last week. I got this is 2 coats of oil. Seal it up. This is the piece I made last week.
Nice.
And did catch the 2 eyes. I don't know if you can see them, or got one on that wing, and maybe you can't see them. But it was nice. I hope everybody had fun, and I hope it was. So that was that, and I was trying to get wings on it. I was trying. I got wings on this one though.
Nice.
And I got
very cool.
Right now, just 2 coats of oil. This is what I wanted to do last week, but wasn't in the plan. And again, as you can see, since that's lower than this side, I kind of like it when it does that, when I mess up. But I thought it came out pretty nice.
There's an art to doing things precisely symmetrical, and a need and a cause for that, and a market for that. But there's also a need to get asymmetrical and get crazy and make things off center and so on. And there's a market for that. So it's not wrong. It's not a mess up.
It made the whole thing for the base also. You can see it made it flat on one side. Instead of being round over here. I put the wood in. This is the way it came out the way I put the wood in. That's what it's all about. That's what I was trying to get across last week. That I did not I didn't look at how the wood was actually shaped. When I was trying to get, and I was getting one wing, but I was getting some of one wing and I wasn't getting some of the other wing. There was, what I remember, there was the crotch and I had the tooth going out, but one was closer to me than this one was. I don't know, but I'm not making excuses. I thought it turned out
No,
nice.
what I was
Turned
trying
out
to say,
nice.
Al, is it's fine. It looks great, and
Oh, yes.
it'll sell.
Yeah.
People love it. I like the look, so it wasn't a mistake or a screw up or anything like that. It was just fine.
The selling stuff. If I sell one thing, my wife will turn into an LLC, and I'm done working. So there you
Good
go.
job,
with that
Al.
one. Hey, again, everybody have a good night, and yeah, Dewey, you need to get some RAM. Is that what I need to? I guess it's called RAM to bring my stuff up inside the house.
Yeah, well, it's
No.
No, it's
No.
two different things, Al.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to go up. I said I was going to do it all week, but yeah, there was a holiday, and I haven't worked. I worked 2 days this week. I went to work with Sons this week. So, all right, everybody have a good night.
All right,
Thanks,
Al.
Al. You too.
Yeah.
You guys be good. Good night.
Next up is Victor. Hey, Victor.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I got just a couple of things.
Doing
It's
good.
been a kind of a busy week for me, so not a lot done. But here's a little piece of sourwood. But I decided to do something a little bit different, just basic OG. But I put walnut oil on it just to see how it would affect it, and it darkened it a little bit, but it's not too bad. I like the way it's turning out. I think I might
like
be able
your
to put
shape.
one more coat on. It's
Like
soaking
your
up pretty
I
good.
like your shape, Victor.
Thanks. Got a little bit of an angle there on the foot, and I still haven't decided if I'm going to blend this down in or not. I might still blend that in. And after that,
Said that was
I
sourwood.
played with some more walnut, another crotch piece of walnut, and not sure if you can see it in the light and stuff, but yeah, it's too dark in the light. But all three of the pith are on this side. So this was the base piece, and then the branches came out on the other two.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so when I saw that those three little centers by themselves, I had to keep them. So instead of doing a shallow bowl, I did a deep one.
Right.
And I just had to. I just cut down to two of the wings to
level them off.
Bark was going away, and on this side the bark just decided to depart. So I've got one natural and two live sections. And
very cool.
Just a little extra detail.
Very rich color
for the foot. And then, yeah, this already has like 4 coats of walnut oil on it, and it's asking like it's going to want 3 or 4 more. And then I just kind of smoothed out the bottom real good. Nice.
Yeah.
Like I was showing a friend last night. We were talking about tenants, and it's like I showed him this one and said, "Yeah, this one used to have a tenant on it."
Cool. They did a nice job. Nice job.
Got all the nice little bark detail there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wood. Very nice.
It's going to get a few more coats, but it's going to wait because Friday we're heading off to Alaska with a couple of friends, and we'll be gone for a couple of weeks. So I'll be missing a couple meetings at least.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see it when you get back.
They have internet. I know that's a terrible reason for missing meetings, but
They have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we'll get we'll see how the schedule goes here. Plus, it's 4 hours difference from what I am here, so by the time I think about it, the meeting is probably over.
Plus, you have to interrupt dinner
I'll
or
be out
something.
on some excursion somewhere.
Very cool.
So anyway, yeah, that's all I have. The rest of the time has been concentrating on getting ready to go on this vacation. So,
yep.
Thank you,
Very
Victor.
good.
Have a great vacation.
Yeah.
We're planning on it. It's
Cool,
one of those
cool.
once in a lifetime bucket list kind of vacations. So,
Sure.
Bring some
All right,
more
next
all
up.
right, thanks.
Next up is Jim Duxbury. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Let me unmute here. Okay. This is one of these 3 o'clock in the morning thoughts, but
Oh, that was what you had last week. That
this
looks
is a different one. This
Whoa.
is,
Yeah.
Very nice.
So nice.
Very-
Super.
Yeah, I like that, Jim. Looks great.
we got a whole series of these. This other one
How
is
wide? How wide is your rim, Jim?
what?
How wide is the rim? Where you offset it?
Inch and a half, I think. This is
Yeah, right.
inch and a half.
Super.
I would try to do that, but mine was only like 3/4 of an inch wide. I didn't think it was wide enough to look good.
I draw them. I don't really got the drawing around here. I thought I had the drawing. I had to draw it to know what I'm doing. But maybe I threw it out. I threw it out. Never mind. This is the same kind of thing. Only instead of sliding this, there's one up and one down. So one's reversed.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh
boy.
This is that color shifting paint. Rita does this. This is done in the embellishing department. I'm not allowed in there.
No.
Anyway.
Okay. I mean,
wow.
How did you go? I mean, I know it's offset. I know it's your jig. I mean, my goodness. How do you come up with those ideas?
Well, there's a whole bunch of these. I'll have some more. From one idea, this is the same as that other one, only this piece is flipped over. It's upside down. So instead of just getting an S-shape offset like this is, you get a mirror image of it.
One side down. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
one side down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But these are all ash. This is about 10 by 5 by 2, I think. 2 pieces. When you're thinking and not paying attention, I should have reversed this one and then cut the outside and then reversed it. And then these grain patterns would have matched. But when you get things half done and then you figure it out, it's too late. So the other half of that matching thing's over here. So
yeah, I know that you don't demonstrate, but I would love to see. I mean, my God, Jim. I mean, I would love to see you do something like that. That would be wild. I mean, you would be in control because you've done so many of them.
yeah, well,
I'd be
I
scared.
draw them. Once you draw them, this is the outside of a regular bowl, and that's the trim strip. And then once you offset this, you go. Oh, the other thing is, maybe I told this last week. This was glued onto here, and the whole bowl was turned. It was a glued paper joint. Usually you use regular glue, and then when you split this apart, you have to sand the daylights out of the surface to clean up the paper. I started using school glue, the cheap stuff they sell for the kids in school. It's water soluble. When you split this off, the damn stuff holds just like the other glue. I swear it does. But when you split this off, you got those 2 surfaces with paper on them. All you do is put a wet cloth on there for 5 minutes, and you peel the paper off, and you wash the surface off, and you got the original glue surface ready to put back. No sanding, no nothing. That's fabulous. You could even scab things on the outside of this, like to glue this together. You could scab bars on here with paper joints using that water soluble glue. Pull this together, glue the whole thing. Because this is kind of hard to glue offset like this. But if you scabbed a couple of 1x1s on here, you could put clamps on here and pull it together, same on the other side. And then when this is dry, use regular glue on this side, use the good glue. when this is dry, chip these off or cut them off, and then take the wet cloth, wipe that paper off, and it's a new surface. You haven't done anything. I use that for all kinds of things now. That's it. Anyway, I have a whole bunch of these. There'll be a series of these.
Those are wonderful, Jim.
The funny part is
They are. I mean, I would love to see you do
think of
that.
this in the morning, and then you make some kind of sketch when you can't see and your pen doesn't work and you're half groggy. And in the morning, you pick up the paper and you look at, the hell is that? And it takes 10 minutes to figure out what you drew.
No. I would love to see you do that.
Well, maybe someday. I don't know. I don't have. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. I'll show some more.
Yeah, half
I
the
think
battle of
maybe-
that is having a pad sitting there by the bed so you can do that.
Yeah. Well, a pen that writes.
Yeah, that helps.
A pencil probably even better because
Probably.
it works better. But anyway,
Great job, Jim.
thank you, Mike.
Really.
Next up
Really?
is Doug Miller. Hey, Doug.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? I get Al's dreaded spot this week. This was a fun piece for those folks who
There you go.
for those folks who were with me yesterday and saw the demo. You saw I turned a very nice square pine funnel.
Yes,
cut the
I
center
did.
straight out. Well, I fixed it.
I saw that.
And you did that with it. Okay.
You did
very
it
good.
Yeah,
that way?
I made a very conscious choice to turn that. This is the piece that was in the center that I turned out. And of course, this part of the grain right here was along the bottom, and it's actually 180 degrees. This was the bottom instead of the inside. I turned it 180 degrees this way, and then turned it 180 degrees that way. And so the grain is purposely running perpendicular to the rest of the grain. And I had sanded my piece that came out just a little bit. It had a little notch in it, so I sanded it just enough to get that notch out, which left me this ring all the way around. So I put tape on this side, put my insert in from the bottom side so that it was up right against the tape, and then filled it. Let's see, no, I put the tape on the back side and then put the insert in. But then from the inside, I filled with coffee grounds, and then used my 3408 and filled it up level, and then sanded the full out of it to get it nice and flat. And so now to feel across here, you can barely tell that there's any problem. And on the back, same way. It's very, very smooth. And yes, I did. I put my logo in.
With what?
How'd you do that?
I used a laser machine with a funny little name. My wife says, I hate that name. I said, I can't help it. I didn't name it. But anyway, yeah, the laser pecker is just a great tool. And no matter which direction you turn it, I think it has a cool look to it.
I think you're right. I think you made a good decision.
Yeah, with that way,
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
with that way, it really has the Saturn rings, and
Yeah,
I just think
exactly.
it's pretty cool.
It just it does. Saturn rings. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Good effect.
this was real close to this blank was real close to the pith, and of course, you know what that is. That's a simple 2x10. So this is about an 8-inch square plate, all said and done.
D360
So
Ultra.
just construction pine is all that is.
There you go. Yeah, it looks good.
Nice and
Came out
thin.
all right.
Yeah, you can
very close to the pith. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how close. One end, yeah, that end. It looks like it's even closer. So it obviously wasn't sitting on the sawmill exactly flat. But anyway, it came out real nice, and I still haven't decided if I'm going to put this with the rest of the series of these. I've got 5 sitting over at the store. I wanted a 6th one. This one may get varnished up real nice and bright, and sell on its own, and I'll do another one to go with the group. So anyway, picture will be on the way, JJ. Won't be long.
Hey, Doug.
Yes, sir. There you go. What about your laser pecker there, Dane?
Still in the box. Still in the box.
Still in the box. Still in the box. Perfect. That's it for me this week, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
When that thing popped through, I jumped out of my seat. I was so mad.
Well, it was just one of those things. Todd had just said something, or no, somebody in the chat had just said something about measuring the thickness, and I had stopped the lathe, and I ran my hand down here, and I'm feeling my foot. It's got just a little. Well, you can't really see it very well, but anyway, it's got just a little whiff of a foot here, and I didn't think about that. I was continuing on down, and I just cut right through it. So that it just bink, real.
Yeah.
Wasn't very dramatic, but all of a sudden it was
yeah.
gone. And
it was
of
a
course,
clean cut.
Yes, I had the view coming down from the top, so a lot of people didn't even notice until I stopped and I changed to my end camera, and there's this big gaping hole right in the center. And it dropped. It was sitting right here on my ways, on my bed ways. So I didn't even have to go hunt for it. I knew exactly where it was.
Very cool. Nice recovery, Doug. Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
That's a pretty piece, really. Pretty.
Thank you.
All right. So next up is Terry. Hey, Terry.
Hey, how you all doing? I was playing around. They got you for some reason. That didn't go away. Y'all there?
Yep.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Well, 3 weeks ago, I showed you a couple of pieces I got off Joaquin Vincent's idea to making them weed pots. And I wanted to make some flowers to put in them as a weed pot. And I went to look at, this is one that I made a long time ago. And I looked at it to see how I did it to make some small ones for that. The little yellow ones are shavings, and so are the leaves off of the big ones. I just took a hand plane and shaved them off and then curled them all up and made a little thing, but that looked like an awful lot of work.
That's a good idea, though.
It was a lot of work to make that many of them like that. But anyway, I thought about that idea as I was finishing up the other ones. And I said, no, not now, maybe someday. But we had a pretty big wind blow in. I don't know what it was. It looked kind of like a tumbleweed went rolling across the yard. And I said, yeah, that'll work. So this is the one I finished these up that I showed a couple weeks ago. But I hadn't finished them. They're, Joaquin called them barely a pot or barely a vase.
No, they're pretty. Those are pretty. I like your idea.
And I showed it. And then when I was showing them a couple weeks ago, somebody asked me how I got the tendons off. And I had just sanded it, but I didn't like it. So what I did is I took and made a dowel, put a piece in the headstock, and turned the dowel the same size as the hole, which is a 1/2 inch, and made a jam chuck for it because I still have my center on the other end. And then I turned the tendon off and finished the bottom. And I thought they come out pretty nice. I'm not sure that I'm going to leave the weeds in them, but that's a start. And here's the other one. This one's bigger.
Wow, beautiful.
Like those.
It's got a lot of character to this one. I like this one.
I love those ideas.
But I finished them up. But I haven't been doing a lot. I haven't got out in the shop much. And we finally got some rain, and I found out where my leaks are. But yeah, but that's what I got.
I like
Very
that.
good.
I like
Very good,
that a
Terry.
lot.
Yeah.
I like it. Great job. All right, so that's it for this installment of gallery. I'm sure we'll have some gallery later on. You know, we have certain ones that like to close out the program with their work pieces, which is perfectly fine. So I wanted to remind everybody we've currently got Level Up registration going on. We will be closing that registration July 31st. So you don't want to be that person, you know, calling us up on August 1st or September 1st saying, hey, I want to come to level up. What can we do? Might be able to make some exceptions. May not be able to. Don't know, but we definitely we will be doing a hard close on the 31st because we got to have set numbers for the various stuff we've got to plan for up there regarding food and meals and the pod layout, spacing, this, that, and the other, and some of the pods we're going to maybe adding some lays to, and some of the pods we may be pulling lays from because different demand levels for the classes. So, long story short, if you plan on coming, I would get onto the website and get registered. We've got the group discounts, $130 a night at the Hotel Mead. Call the hotel up, speak to the reception, give them the Level Up as the code name, and you'll get the $130 room rate instead of the corporate expensive rate. It's a beautiful hotel. It's a resort, and it's darn near within walking distance to the venue. So it's going to be a good time. It's the first time. It's going to be epic. Not going to want to miss out. We got great turners from all through the group here. Both sides of the pond. So it's going to be a really good time. And with that, one of the classes will be small tool making by this guy here and myself. Scott's got an example of something that we're going to be teaching up there.
So, marking knife that has removable blades. And it's all made on a lathe. It's 3 different pieces. There's the insert. There's the handle. And it's aluminum. You can make it on a lathe yourself. Cool. So this is the prototype, the very first one. There'll be a few refinements, but generally it's going to look like this.
Nice.
Cool.
That's one of the styles that we'll be making.
Yep.
Along with other small tools. So, and our class is filling up as well. So,
yeah, there'll be a variety of marking knives, 2 different kinds. I'm going to make a different kind yet. Dane's going to make his style. So we'll have a variety of options for you to choose from to make. So,
right.
Along with Allen key tools, which I have one here in the drawer, I think. I had some here. Oh, here they are. So Allen key tools for
little
small
hollowing
vessels, small hollowing. Here's one that's not finished, but it will be. And those are just made out of bar stock that you can buy, or you can. I'm going to show how to make them with regular wooden handles as well. And we're going to make chatter tools. These are Daniel Smith's. So he sent them to me so we could replicate them. So this is his design. We're going to replicate these that he made. So you'll have some other options as well. So sign up. Don't miss out.
It's going to be good. Going to be a good time. Be a good time. So if anybody's got any questions on Level Up, now's the time to ask your questions, especially for the new people that are in. Speaking of new people, if you don't mind, self-identify. We'd love to hear from you. Find out where you heard about the group, and get a brief introduction from yourself. So if you're not camera shy, throw your hand up and say, "Hey, I'm new," and we'll bring you on the big screen here and talk to you for a couple minutes. And if not, we will just move on to our safety moment. Where is Sue? There she is. Right. Spotlight.
Hey,
Got
guys.
you now, Sue.
How you doing? Hope you all had a good week. I want to go back to basics, very basic. I like, well, since I'm not doing much in the shop right now, I'm watching videos, and it's alarming to me how many videos where folks are doing a video without using face shields. Now, I know, and you all know, that the safety in your shop is your own personal responsibility. But the first line of defense are safety glasses. You must have safety glasses, especially when you're grinding down stock on your grinders. You don't want metal in your eyes, and you don't want to breathe it in. So the next line of defense is going to be your face mask. Minimum N95s, but there's better masks out there that are reasonably priced. So check them out and go from there. But the big thing is face shields. So what I'm seeing is people putting on bowl blanks on their lathes with nothing but glasses, safety glasses on. And they're standing in the line of fire. Can you imagine me watching this, cringing all the way through it? So I'm advising everybody, make sure you wear your face shields. If you're going to stand in the line of fire and that thing comes off, you're going to get bumped right in the head. So please be cognizant of your safety. Try to stand out of the line of fire, which would be more to your right, and make sure you have your PPE, personal safety equipment, on. And because we all want to see your handsome and pretty faces next week. And I don't want to cringe when somebody tells me, oh, I didn't have the safety stuff on. Well, folks, please have your safety stuff on. Make sure you wear comfortable closed-toed shoes. Make sure you don't have gloves on. I'm not talking about those folks that wear the gloves without the fingers. I'm talking about gloves. You don't want your hand brought in. I noticed even yesterday, Doug mistakenly left his ring on, and when he realized it, he stopped the lathe, apologized to everybody, and put his ring away. So folks, be cognizant of what you're doing. Remember, the life you could be saving is your own. So take care, everybody, and I hope to see you next week.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, let's get to the highlight of the program. We're going to get started a little bit early here. I'm sure our demonstrator is kind of excited about that. It'll give him more time to do other neat stuff when he finishes up. So we have our feature demonstration here tonight by Mr. Billy Burt. He is inviting us into his shop to show us for our entertainment purposes of how he is going to turn a project. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot what to do. We're going to learn some stuff what not to do. And there may be better ways to do it, but you know what? Billy's going to do it the way he turns it there in his shop. So, by the way, you look mighty, mighty smart with that smock on. And so Billy typically likes to have open gallery with people talking to him or having questions asked. Just be mindful and respectful of each other. Don't step on someone when they're trying to ask him a question. Folks don't ask him questions while he's turning because he's trying to concentrate on his cuts. Only do it when he's not turning or doing something that's with the machine moving that could possibly defray his concentration on what he's doing. All right, with that, I'm going to mute everybody. Billy, you will have to unmute yourself. Muting now. We got you.
Okay. Well, voice things first. This is a little wormy box. I put a short up on this earlier in the week, asking my audience if they wanted me to leave it natural or take it down to better wood. And let me switch cameras. Maybe we can get a better view. La 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 la. if that's the right camera. No, but it'll work because I can get close. So this is it. And I kind of like it. The lid was going to be the same material. However, it wasn't strong enough to hold together and it blew apart. It's finished inside and out. I've still got to spray the bottom. And I butchered the inside of this with my crown tool. And I went ahead and decided to keep it and filled it with white embellishing wax.
Oh, okay.
But so I used a African mahogany lid instead. I think it looks all right.
It does
just
look
a little
all right.
box.
That's
Just a little box.
fantastic
Gonna
piece of
be
wood.
gonna be a giveaway at SWAT. It'll be on the table with all the others. So that's that. Get it out of the way so I don't hurt me or it. I'm going to work on this piece tonight. And I'm going to attempt to turn, this is a piece of live oak. I'm going to attempt to turn a live edge in grain bowl. Sounds like a lot of fun. Not, but anyway, is what it is. I'm a little disappointed that it's as loblong. It's loblong. It is, oh, let me do a quick measure. It's about 6 3/4 inches this way. And about 5 that way. So it's going to be different for sure, but that's okay. Sometimes different is good. Now, if you have questions like in the past, I don't mind you asking them while I'm actually turning. However, this time is going to be maybe a little bit different because I'm going to be wearing this. So I probably won't be able to hear you. I'm hoping you'll still be able to hear me. Of course, I have my safety glasses on, and these are safety glasses. Let me turn my air on over here. Okay. I hear it blowing. That's good. And I'm using this because I'm allergic to oak. And I turn it anyway. Isn't that crazy? But I'm allergic to walnut and I turn it too. So we're going to get on with this. I'm going to switch to the overhead camera real quick. And we'll start making this round and I'll put a tenon on it. And I'm going to use a tenon because this is in grain and I don't have a problem compressing the grain this way for a tenon. It's less likely to come apart on me. So face shield down. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Julio, Julio. See how fast I can crank this thing. Right now I've got it between centers. That's about 938. Gonna start off using my tiny little roughing gouge. This is a spindle, so I don't have a problem with that. And this is way longer than I need, but there are some cracks down here on this end. And I don't know how deep they go. Yesterday, when I brought this into the shop, yesterday when I brought this into the shop, I checked the moisture, and this end down here was 18%. This end down here that I had just cut was 21. I checked it a minute ago. I'm at 8 and 11, which is kind of crazy, but this limb has been cut for, and this was a limb, it's been cut for a good year. My Thule rest went for a walk. All right, good to go. Try to get this round down here on this end with all the bark gone. We'll see what happens. Getting there. I put super glue. This end of the bark was tight, so I super glued it last night. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it or not. Let me get this end as flat as I can real quick. Oh, I'm already losing bark. If I can't keep the bark on it, I can't keep the bark on it. That's just the way it is. Hey, look, the bark's still there.
Hey.
For now. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. It'll get testier as I go this way. I'll get closer to the edge. Okay. Now, time to start making some incisions. I need to take that down a lot more. Hoist. I love my tiny spindle gouge. Yes, that was sarcasm.
Size does matter.
Now, if you don't approach the piece right, you get nasty catches. Or if you got bark. All right. I do good enough for that. All right, that's good for now. Got fresh edges on everything, so that's good. Don't do what I just did. If you do, she'll get on you. Billy, you sure are going to waste a lot of wood.
No, you're not.
I am.
It's like Michelangelo. He was taking away the bits that he didn't want that weren't part of the piece.
Like I said, this was cracked pretty good up here. There were no cracks in here when I cut it. So I don't know how deep these cracks go. So I cut it extra long just to make sure that I could try and get a decent piece.
Well, the question hasn't been asked yet. How fast are you turning, Billy?
938.
938.
Not fast
And what's
enough.
and let's get the other one out of the question, or the other question out of the way. What angle is your bowl gouge and your little bitty spindle gouge at?
This is 45 degrees. And so is this.
Right on.
I checked them when I sharpened them just because I knew somebody was going to ask. Okay, see?
Without fail. Without fail.
Got cracks coming all the way up here. And a good one there. I may not be able to clear them all, but I should be able to get a bunch of them. Okay, now I'm turning about 1163. Because I don't care about any of this down here. What I do care about is my, oh, that's really close. Is my my tenon size. I'm going to be using my Vic Mark 120 with shark jaws on it so I can have a little bit of a larger tenon. That ain't close enough. Might be. Little more. Sometimes that happens because I was being a little aggressive. And y'all know me. That happens a lot. I get a little aggressive, not because I'm in a hurry. Usually that's the case. I'm not worried tonight. I'm doing all right. I usually have a tendency to rush. Y'all have seen that. I'm not rushing tonight. I don't know why
Take your time.
I'm doing different. Or I don't know why I'm not rushing.
Because you don't want to hear me say, take your time, slow down.
Maybe because I know this ain't going to take very long, which is all right with me. Okay. Get this out of the way. Now stick my saw in here and cut that. Oh, wait, I probably ought to stop the lathe first. That was a joke, Sue.
Hey, Billy, refresh us on what you're making.
I'm making a turning.
A turning. We have to wait until the end.
I'm making a turning. My intention is for this to be, well, it's an end grain bowl for starters, but my intention is to keep as much bark on it as I can to make it a live edge. This is how you cut with a saw on the lathe, people. You don't ever put a saw on here running. I don't care what you see on the internet. They're wrong. They're begging for trouble, and they will get hurt.
Yeah, don't be that guy or girl.
No. Do not. Tain't worth it.
No.
Now, I know you're done because I saw you twist. Still got a little bit of a crack here, but we might be all right. It just depends. Wow. Sawdust all over my keyboard. Move that out of the way. Move this out of the way. Get my knocky knock bar out. I don't think I need my elbow poker anymore either. Really, I don't. I don't have one of those turbines on mine yet. I still got to do it by hand. Yeah, fall on the floor. That's exactly where I didn't want you. You're not going to get a whole much more perfect circle than that.
That's a pretty good tenon.
Typically, I don't use tenons that long. If you've watched me, I typically try to keep my tenons as small as possible. Run it nice and true. That's good. Now we have to make a decision. How much of this, or should I say, how much of this do I want to leave up here? That be's the question. I'm going to start by facing this off a little bit. Ah. Dummy. That's fine.
Hey, Billy, do you have a tailstock view?
Do I have a what?
Tailstock camera view?
I do. Oops, wrong button. Unfortunately, it has no zoom. Jumping around. But cracky, that might stay on. It might. Now I've got that established. I want to thin this up just a little. It's amazing what a nice sharp gouge does.
Is that right?
Okay. This is going to look a little bit funky. I don't want to make this any narrower, but I want to come in farther up here. So it's going to be wide on one side, and that's okay. I just don't want
Billy,
all
you might
that
want to
bark.
switch back to the top down view.
I don't want all that bark left on it. Well, y'all make up my mind. I don't want that much bark left on it. So what I'm going to do is I want to take this in further. That'll make these wings longer, but that's okay. I don't care that it's oblong. Matters not to me at all. Now, taking that as narrow as I did, that's exactly what I wanted. I can live with that. That's where it's starting to separate inside in there a little bit, but I can plug that with epoxy or whatever.
Billy, you got a boo-boo.
Yeah, I got my hand too close to my whirling dervish a minute ago. It happens. So, I don't want to make that any more narrow down there than I really need to. I don't. So let's get the hollowing. Before I does that,
Hey, Billy, do you want to fix your hand before you go on?
nah.
Okay. Your shop, your demo. Knock yourself out, brother.
I mean, if I was bleeding profusely, it'd be a different story.
He's got some 34 weight laying around. He can fix that.
Hey, Billy, did you just have a safety moment because of something you did just like that?
Maybe.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
maybe.
What, Billy? I'm not
Do what,
telling him
Sue?
what. I said I'm not telling him what you did.
I'm not either. You know, I meant to bring Band-Aids out here and I forgot. Shy. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Duct tape and shop towels.
Well, I'm tethered to my wall, and the genius that I am just walked away from here with my hood on. I'll be all right. There you is. All right. Put my device back on. Now, I don't need to spin this quick. But what I do need to do, though, turn down, is figure out how deep I want to go. I'm thinking about right there.
About that deep?
About that deep. Now, the only reason I'm using this drill is to get a depth hole. A lot of people would use Forstner bits to hollow the bulk of this out. I'm not gonna. As long as it's expelling chips, I'm happy. That's about good enough. Now wind it back, take that drill out. Boy, a turbine would come in handy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's got
Okay.
plans on the getting loaded on the website for that.
Do what?
I said, I think there's plans for a file or something other to be put on the website for that turbine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I just ain't got around to it yet. Now, normally, to hollow this out, I would use my elbow tool. Because it is a little on the deepish side. But I'm not going to use the elbow tool. About 11:37.
Uh-oh.
Hello. You know what?
It's trying to be off center.
I know. You know why? Listen, this wood is still a little bit damp. And even though I cranked on it pretty good, I didn't go back in after what we've done and make sure this was tight. Because wood will compress, especially if it's wetter than dry. And if it gets loose, that's what happens. All right, I know. Y'all want a sideways view. You know what? I think I can turn it out with my gouge faster. Honestly. But end grain love or I should say scrapers love end grain. Wow, that was hot.
Yeah, it looked like you can see the steam coming off.
And it's coming out of there wet too. What?
Yeah, you can tell that it's hot with the steam coming off there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
you can
little
see
wet.
it.
That slicker made a difference. Well, light cut, stupid. Don't just jam your tool into the hole. Easy. They don't be easy.
Piece of oak is wanting to fly, saying, "Turn me
Well,
loose."
it does have wings.
Yeah, it's humming that song, "Turn Me Loose" by Loverboy.
Yep. That's all right. I have a solution. I should have done this to begin with. Rally, I should. I got to get all my tools off my toolbox so I can get inside. Okay.
That's is that the elbow one or the elbow two, Billy?
One. Number one. Now I shouldn't have any problems. See how much difference using the right tool for the job does?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or
In grain
snake, as they
direction.
say.
We ought to bring our Trent Bosch and our elbow tools up there so folks can use them at level up as, see if they like them or not.
What?
I say you and I need to bring our elbow tools and our my Trent Bosch system up there to level up so we can have people use them, see if they like them.
Yeah. The only problem with that, Tim, is mine don't fit on my 2014.
Yeah, you got to keep that in mind, for the size lathes that we have, or middies.
The head's not long enough.
Yeah, my Trent Bosch system's the 5/8, but it has 1-inch post for my 2014. But you could always get the other. But I'll bring it up there so we can try them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having to go with the TB. Take a bunch of photos and build a carbon copy. Good excuse to buy a welder.
A little cheap one from Harbor Freight for about $100 works real well for doing small projects.
Move that up a little bit. Mucho mejor. Make an angle adjustment.
Almost to depth. Oh, okay.
Got a little bit of depth in there.
Now I really got to smooth the inside of this up because this got more humps and bumps than the Kardashian sisters.
Oh my goodness, the Kardashians.
Do you have a ball end mill tool, Billy?
Beg your pardon?
Do you have a ball end mill tool?
I didn't understand.
Ball.
Do you have a ball end mill tool?
Oh, no, I've got one, but I haven't built a handle for it yet.
Ah,
What size is the shaft? You could stick that in your elbow tool.
right. It'd be easier on things than that big scraper, but hey, it's up to you.
There you go.
That'll work. That'll work. Yep. Hey, speaking of which, is that tool that you're removing right now, is that the little hogger from AZ Carbide?
This?
No, the other one in
Yeah.
your other hand.
This? Or
The
this?
tool in that.
This? No, it came with this.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. Yeah.
This
For a
is the
minute
bar
there. All
that
right.
came. This is the
What?
bar that I bought with my elbow tool. It is, but any 3/4 inch bar will work.
Right.
Can you show that later, Billy?
Now this is high speed steel. You can buy these 1/4 inch square. I buy them, but I make sure that they have cobalt in them. They stay sharp longer.
Yep.
And they do a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut steel, so that, they slice up wood.
After your demo, can you show us that bar closer than right now? I mean after your demo.
Yeah, he will.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna have to remind me. I didn't understand. My dust collector is keeping me from hearing you very well.
No, that's fine. I got it for after the demo.
Uh-oh. Come on. Don't be a turd. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I think I cross-threaded it.
What?
Slow down. Take your time. You got plenty of time.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Okay.
We good. Actually,
Could you hit the hoe? Thank you. Nope, I don't like it like that. Not this time. Next time. The cool thing about this teardrop is there's so many ways you can put it on to get what you're after. Right now, I'm after smooth down here. And then when I want to do smooth along the sides, I'll flip it for the long edge.
Nice, Scott.
And if you pay attention to the feel, you can actually feel the humps. Oh yeah, baby. Still got one right there. One little in the bottom. I may not need to turn it sideways. Ah. Things all good until you do something stupid. I bumped the bark and it loosened it, and I guess it flew off. But I'm gonna try to find it and glue it back on later. Nope, still got a hump right yonder. Dang it. All right, you're making a liar out of me. I don't like that.
No such thing.
Oh. Perfect. Well, it's pretty down in there. And live oak's got such pretty grain anyway. Take this off for a minute. I'm bound and determined to find that piece of bark.
How are you going to find it in that messy studio?
Good question. I may not. But I might.
Yes, you did.
Wow, that was amazing.
Perfect. Now I just got to glue it back on. But I'm not going to do that right now. I will do that at a later time. I want to finish the outside shape a little bit. Now the tricky part is going to be taking this tenon off and finishing the bottom. I say tricky, you can use any number of things. Right at 1/4 of an inch. This is a little bit bigger. This is about 3/8. And I don't know that I want to take it down anymore. I just really don't. But what I might do, yeah, I want to smooth that up a little bit. If your tool is not anchored right, it becomes a chatter tool. All right. I can live with that. I can. And I'm happy with this outside too. So I can't do anything until I glue this back on, because I need that on before I sand it. So this is going to be another one that we finish off camera. Unfortunately. But I will show you how I'm going to glue this back on. I'm not going to use super glue. I don't like CA by and large. Yep, it's still on. I didn't hear any arguments, so I was wondering if y'all lost me.
No, we didn't lose you.
Okay. I like good old wood glue. This is wood we're gluing.
What kind of wood glue are you using, Billy?
This is Titebond Original.
Okay.
If
How long
I'm
does
doing,
it take for it to set up?
it'll take overnight. I'm going to leave it overnight.
Okay.
If I'm doing cutting boards or anything that's going to have water in it or next to it, I use Titebond 3. I may have to have 2 clamps. Yep. Gots to have 2. Titebond 2, Titebond Original, I could probably go back to turning this in about 4 hours, but I really like waiting overnight because that's when it's at full strength. Oh yeah.
Quick and thick, about 15, 20 minutes.
You're right.
Yeah, quick and thick doesn't hold quite as well as wood glue does, though.
No, it's not
very
nearly
close.
It's not nearly as strong.
Yeah.
It's good enough for most segmented pieces, because most segmented pieces don't go under that much stress, even when you're turning them. there's not that much stress involved unless you just get all gorilla on it. But
Hey,
let me show
hey
you.
Billy, there was a question about your elbow tool. If you could show that.
Okay, so
you know why your
this
wood's dry
grain
there.
in this oak is really going to be pretty. I just love live oak. It's not as pretty as when it's all gnarly. You can see it's getting a little bit of wave right there. But live oak, if you try to split live oak with a splitter or with a maul, you might as well be barking up a tree because it don't like to split. Those grains interlock and are woven. And that's why you get character like this. In curlier branches, this one was relatively straight. In curlier branches, it almost looks burly at times. And that's one of the things I like about live oak. Silky oak has a very similar look. That's from Australia. I'm not ignoring the question. Honest.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's not only the elbow tool that folks would like to see, but they would like to see the various cutters and high-speed steel bar stock that you're using.
Okay. This is one of my 1/4-inch high-speed steel cutters, and you see down here at the end it says CO. If you can see down there at the end. Come on, focus, heifer. If you can see that CO, that's cobalt. High-speed steel with cobalt. I've done 3 vessels since I sharpened this last. It stays sharp a long time. And that's also, this is 1/4-inch round stock, but it's the same stuff. High-speed steel with cobalt. And this is my homemade Olin tool. I use this a lot for segmented pieces and just if I need to get in there and get some stuff done. It don't take very big bites, but man, it cuts. I also have that I use once in a while. If I can find it in the drawer. I just went through these drawers the other day and cleaned them out. I've got 2 of these. This is a Pro Hogger. This is actually made for the elbow tool. I got this from AZ Carbide as well. It's got that cupped Hunter cutter in it, 6mm cutter. This thing removes a lot of wood and you get a really nice smooth cut off of it. I don't use
I love that tool. It works great for me also.
It does. I don't use them very often because I have, I don't have the need very often. But that's that. So now let me change cameras again and change my view. Okay, this is my elbow tool. This is the original version. The newer version is actually better, but this one works just fine for everything I need, and I'm not going to go buy a new one. I did make one change to it, and I'll show you that here. This is made to clamp to the spindle of your tailstock. I didn't like that. It's got a nice cam lock on it, so that's quick release. You don't have to kill yourself getting it off. You just uncam it, take it off, and off you go. But I still didn't like that because I don't want to take a chance on marring up my spindle even more than it already is, even though these things aren't made in such a way that they're going to do any marring. So what I did was I found a Morris Taper 2 by, I think, 32 millimeter. Yeah. That's what it was sold as. Morse Taper 2 by 32 millimeter blank. This is made so that you can machine any kind of tool in here that you want. Well, it was exactly what I wanted. I didn't need to do any milling. So I just mounted my elbow tool to that and I made sure it was threaded when I bought it, and I made myself a drawbar so that I draw this in through the tailstock and it doesn't go anywhere. So that's my modification. And I did a video on this years ago, right after I bought it, and told Tim about it, and he thought it was pretty cool. And one of my viewers saw it and was so appreciative. They made this for me, and it goes around here and locks this up. So when I take it out, it's not flopping around all over the place. I can just put it in my toolbox and off I go. I thought that was pretty cool.
It is.
Viewers can be good people.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put the original cutter back on because I am through with you for now. Come on. Get in there, heifer.
Ow.
You know you want to.
We can tell she's trying.
She's trying. There it goes. Half a thread. I cross-threaded half a thread, and now I'm going to fight with it forever. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to get one of my. I'm going to get one of my taps out. Get one of my taps out, and yeah, I had to find the word. It was rattling around in here somewhere.
Yeah, it was coming. I know that.
I get one of my taps out and rechase it, and it'll be all right. So,
I have been accused of completing people's sentences.
I got the course. I got the heart. I got the heart before the course. And the cool thing about this bar, you can do this, put it in any position you want. I always like a bit of a downward angle on the cut so that it cuts more like a shear scraper.
Yep.
I don't get too carried away. Something else I do with my elbow tool. This is the bar that came out of my Sorby Hollow Master.
Oh yeah.
And I did not like fighting that tool.
Right.
I tried hollowing a couple of bowls or vases with small pieces, hollow forms with it, and it nearly beat me to death. That's why I bought the elbow tool. I got tired of getting the hell beat out of me.
Right.
And even though this is 3/4 of an inch, this isn't. So I did some hunting and I found on Amazon this collar that's 3/4 inch OD and the same internal diameter as this is OD. And now I can put that in there, and when I clamp it down, because it's separated right here, it squeezes in on the bar. So I can put this tool in there, and
almost like a cutter.
Yeah, and I can put whatever cutter that I want on here, and I've got my gooseneck if I need a gooseneck. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good deal.
So, any more questions about my elbow tool?
Really nice.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Do you have any more questions on it, Al?
I don't remember what he's getting for the new ones. I think around 700 maybe. I can't remember honestly, but I know it's not cheap. But if you compare it to other hollowing systems, you compare it to other hollowing systems on the market, you said 730?
Yes, sir.
If you compare it to other hollowing systems on the market, it's fairly priced. When I bought mine, it was the best deal going. It was several hundred less than Trent Bosch's. And so, come on. Quit fighting me. Gotta love Windows. I think where I had you. Why did you shut off? I'll get dizzy.
Going for a ride.
So, oopsie.
That's slick. Show off.
It's not as cool as Chris Nealon's. Chris has one that auto focuses, and I don't know how he
Moves
zooms
by
it, but it's
itself.
got zoom. And I think he's got the OBS bot. I've been wanting one. And because this
gotta get it.
Because this one is, I have 10-foot ceiling in this shop, or 11, and this thing is about 9 or 10 feet in the air. And when I zoom in real good, so you get a good picture of this, it's not, the resolution isn't that great. Even though it's a 1080p camera, I've reached the limit of what it can do.
It's the OBS bot.
I've been looking at that OBS bot. But this is...
It's a little pricey, Billy.
Yeah, but they've got one that's like $79.95 right now. That ain't bad. So, in-grain, natural edge bowl. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, the only difference between me and you is I've got a hollowing system that I decided to use. I didn't have to. I could have stuck with my bowl gouge, and I would have got down there eventually. But I don't like I don't like hard turning. If this was anything other than live oak, it has zipped right down in there and not been a problem. But you know, live oak is a white oak, so it's hard stuff. I'll get this all sanded up and finished up, and put it on the Facebook page and send JJ pictures.
Outstanding.
Or a picture.
No.
Any more questions?
Nice
Al,
job.
do you got any more questions?
No, it was very, very, very enjoyable evening. Really, really, Billy.
Very
It
good.
was nice.
Right
It was
on.
nice.
I
Very good.
appreciate it. I'm
I
gonna
like
go
it.
back in the I'm gonna go back in the house and get in my recliner.
Okay.
I tripped and fell going upstairs to the chickens.
Not enough blood.
Uh-oh.
day before yesterday, and that tweaked my back.
Oh no.
So
My goodness. All right.
I've been in a little pain for the last few days, but it's what it is. I'll live.
All right.
Always
Well,
do.
get up there and pour yourself a stiff one.
That's the plan. And I'll
Amen.
be back in here to chat with y'all in a bit.
All right. Right on, brother. Thank you, Billy.
Thanks,
you,
What a
Phil.
great demo.
Great job.
Thank you very much.
What a great demo.
Thanks, Billy. Nice demo.
All right. Do we have anybody on the gallery list?
We sure do. You want to go to that, Dave?
Yeah, let's get gallery out of the way, and then we can talk about something I saw on Facebook the other day about a stone grinding wheel that got shredded.
Oh boy, I saw that too. All right,
Yeah.
gallery. First person I've got up on the gallery now is Joe Gibson. So, hey Joe, what you got?
Joe, what you got, buddy?
Well, I just got back to turning about 2 weeks ago since my surgery, and I had a bunch of these pieces, and I've been turning these bowls. This is the same wood that I sent to Neil, and he's been turning also. And I've been playing with different sizes, different shapes, and different finishes. This one here, I put I can't remember what I put on the outside, but made it a little shinier, a little thicker. Like I said, I made different sizes. This is a wider one. Just different shapes. And I finally got to the last piece that I was working on, and I started playing with it a little bit.
Slow down a little bit. Talk about it, man. You're just buzzing right through it.
Well, I tried to get to this one.
Well, you should have started with that one.
Well,
All right,
this
I was
was
going to ask you, how are you cutting your segments?
these aren't segments. What these are clock faces. An old man who actually died about 20 years ago used to make clocks out of these pieces, and they all had a hole in it. That's the reason why there's a hole here in the center. And I got them off of his son, and I got like 300, everywhere from 6 inches all the way up to 10 inches. And I've just been making different things out of them. Bowls, I made lamps, I made all kinds of things out of them. So I just basically glue them together. And like you can see, it's just one piece that he had solid done with like 6 different types of wood. And I just stack them up, and I stair step them around on some. Some of them I'll leave straight on their lines or whatever. And like I said, I've just been playing with these, trying to get back into the swing of bowl turning.
So you did
doing
like
different shapes, different finishes, and all that kind of stuff, just playing around. And the one I wanted to show most of all was I did this one.
Ooh.
And I did it at an off-center turning, of course. The wood you can see is straight this way, but I did it at about a 1/2 inch drop on one side.
Oh wow.
And when I got it done, I went to go clean the tenon up on the bottom. So I was like, what the heck? So I ended up making the tenon and turned it off center also. So it's an off center bowl, but when you set it down, it sits flat and level.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I said, I've just been playing around, trying to do different things. Like this is my 4th item that I've turned since I got back in my shop.
What kind of wood? What kind of wood did you use to glue your wood together?
I use Titebond 3 on these because I usually use them in the house for salad bowls. And the different woods that's on here is walnut, maple, ash, oak, and cherry.
What are you using to fill in the hole?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What are you using to fill in the hole? The clock face hole.
Oh, well, I'm putting a tenon on the bottom. These 4 here all have a sassafras piece that I put on the bottom.
Got it.
And that's what basically I turn down to that and make it as smooth as possible and fills that hole in.
Got it.
So basically your bowls are a board from a bowl or a bowl from a board?
They're basically from a board. Yes, I'm not cutting them at the angles and stacking a bowl. I just have a buttload of those pieces, and I'm stacking those up and just making bowls out of them.
Butt joints.
And that's all I got.
Very
Like I
cool. That's
said,
quite a lot.
Very good.
the first four I got back in the since I got back in the shop, so I'm kind of getting back into it. But I'm just playing with everything, different finishes,
Right on.
different shapes, everything.
They look great, Joe.
Thank you, thank you.
Well,
Real cool.
well done.
Love it.
Good job. Glad you're back
Okay.
in the shop turning.
I'm happy to be back.
Right. Next up is Dennis Morgan. Hey, Dennis.
Chief.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
How you
Dennis,
doing?
how are you?
I'm doing good. Let's see, where should I start? Well, anyway, this was in the bin. This is a twice turned maple dish. I don't know if you can see.
Wow.
Been
Yeah,
working
there you go.
with
It's pretty.
the Sorby tool. I've been messing with that, so
Looks good.
Huge.
Looks very good.
How big
Yeah,
is that?
how big is that? Yeah.
it's what, about 15 inches, I think.
Yeah, that's a nice size.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, no, it's 13 and a half. It's a little oblong, but didn't turn out
Oh,
too
there we
bad.
go.
It looks good.
Thank you.
Nice.
And then I've been turning a lot of vases. So here's another one.
Oh, dude. Go.
Cool.
And I made them so I
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Glass tube. There we go.
glass tube in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's good. How much that glass tubes cost? Dennis?
I can tell you right here. I got it from the big one is 875.
Okay, that's what, 2 inch by 8 inch, 2 inch
It's
by
2 inch
6
by
inch,
7.5, I think.
7. So okay, that's a fair. Okay, that's okay. So, okay, that's a good idea.
Craft Supply. Here's another one.
Very nice.
It's
And I've been
sleek
doing
design.
different shapes.
Like that wood.
Cool.
So you have some nice shapes.
So thank you. And then I just had a little piece of cherry, little bowl.
A pretty little bowl.
Yeah.
It's
So,
cute.
That'll hold a cup of rice.
A pretty little.
yeah, a little bit maybe. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what I've been up to.
Nice.
Yeah, very good, Dennis.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank-
Good to see you in
thank you.
tonight.
Thank you, Dennis.
All right, thank you.
All right. Next up is Leonard Davis. Hey, Leonard.
How you doing?
Hey, Leonard.
So, actually, the first one's kind of a failure. So I went to a dollar store, picked up a glass jar. I was trying to make a honey pot. So I turned, this is a piece of spalted elm. I don't remember what kind of wood it is. It's really kind of plain. I think it's dogwood. I didn't glue it in because it is really kind of short for what I was trying to do. This fit really well. This came with a plastic seal that was on the glass. Really works kind of well.
Okay.
Changed it because I like the top better. The problem I have is I can feel the flange. So I'm going to return it.
Of course.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
The next one is also a kind of a fail. I turned a bottle stopper, my first one, and I used it came with a wooden dowel, like a two-step dowel that you use a stopper on it.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm kind of a little embarrassed because I couldn't find any wood glue. As a woodworker, I can't find wood glue. So I had other glue around. I used it and it failed. My first turning blew apart. So I used CA glue. I turned around and returned it. This is a piece of dogwood.
Cool.
Pretty.
that I cut.
Nice.
So I like it. Came out really nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Very cool.
I used Pens Plus, which I use on my pens turnings. So
what are those threads? I mean,
So this is-
it's what is it?
it's a silicone cap
Okay, that's what. Okay,
from
that's what I wanted to say.
Craft Supply.
Uh-huh.
They use a two-step, basically like a dowel.
Mhm.
So you drill a
Okay.
3/8 hole into your piece, put that on, that sits on.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
So
Cool.
That's
I like
nice.
it.
Yeah, it is really, really.
I don't get a whole lot of time in the shop because I'm so busy working, but to get a little bit of time. So that's what I
Got to
got.
do something. Got to do something about that dirty word. Your clean program.
Yeah. But
All right,
that's
good
what I got.
stuff, Leonard.
All right, thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you, Leonard. All right. There's nobody else left on the list. I've been in the shop a little bit this week. So a little bit of background. Years ago, when I was mucking about with lasers, I tried to make stamps. I was unhappy with my results. So I thought I'd try to make one with the laser pecker. Okay. I have rubber stamping material. My efforts to do that with the laser pecker were disastrous. So I went online, did some searching, and I got this high density craft foam, which was a recommendation. And I turned a little stamp out of it, or I burned a little stamp out of it. And I got my ink pad today because my other ink pads were all dry, and that's how it came out, it's promising, but it's not, and all I turned a little handle for it. That's all I did out of shop scraps. So it's a little disappointing. I probably have the wrong kind of ink or something like that. But anyway, that's the only thing I've done this week in the shop. And next up is Glenn. Oh, Glenn doesn't have his camera on. Glenn Dornack, turn your camera on. Thank you. What you got this week, Glenn?
Oh, I got a few little lidded boxes I had turned. I had some. This one's about 3.5 inches diameter. Like me, I don't like throwing wood away, so these were some corner pieces from a bowl blank. So I glued those together and put some mesquite in between, glued them together, and then made a little mesquite lid. Did some texturing on the inside, and then just a little design on the outside.
That's cool.
Then I had another one. This one here. This is a bunch of pieces of thin pieces, anywhere 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch thick, and I glued them together. It was a longer piece. Then I cut it in half, and when I glued them together, I rotated it 90 degrees, and that way they had. Because you have the Texas ebony here and here, so just something a little different to turn.
Sunrise.
And just plain bottom, little, and then the lid's out of mesquite. Just a little texturing on the outside and on the inside.
Very nice.
And then I had another one. I had a bunch of strips of walnut. And I did the same thing. I didn't want to throw them away, so I glued them together and just made a little lidded box.
Oops. That's adorable. Very nice.
And so
it's really cute.
And same thing on the lid. The walnut lid did some texturing on the inside.
Yeah.
So. Like that, a lot of my pieces, I keep all my little small pieces, and then every so often I'll just glue them together, and then I'll turn little boxes, little ring boxes or whatever. So
beautiful.
Very nice.
That's all I got.
Very cool.
Right on. Nice
Thank you.
stuff there,
Thank you,
Glenn.
Glenn.
You're welcome.
Yep. So next up is Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Chris.
So,
We're good. How are
nothing
you?
like waiting to the last minute. I had a project that for my Rotary Club where we honor a student from each school in our town. So we had 10 schools. So I needed 10 pens. And that's from New London, Connecticut. And their school color, as my alma mater. And their school colors are green and gold. So we had to make 10 green and gold pens. I'm on my laptop, so I don't know. Hands will work, but they all match.
There we go.
They're all stabilized.
Wow. Cool.
One problem I have though, this one, I don't know that I can bear to give that one away. I don't know if you can pick up on the pattern in there, but
Yeah, that's cool.
it is a
That's
nice,
pretty.
nice piece of wood. I may have to make pen number 11 tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I would make pin number 11, Chris.
Yeah, that's probably. This one didn't stabilize all the way through, but I kind of like the effect of it.
Oh yeah,
that's
cool.
nice.
But Gatsby pens with a click because I don't like twist pens. That's all we got.
Oh.
All right. Well,
All
thanks,
right, very
Chris.
good.
That's cool.
Nice,
That's cool.
nice job.
I guess your OBS bot is still on the fritz.
No, it's not the bot. It's the computer.
Oh,
I had too many USB devices going, and it wasn't a power to power it. So I put a powered UBS hub on, and now I got to reprogram my Stream Deck to find it. I don't remember. I do not remember how to reprogram my Stream Deck.
You'll get there.
Yeah, YouTube.
I don't remember how to
That's
program
cool.
mine either.
Yeah. So
That's one of the
Google
things you
help
do
you out.
once and then forget about it, hey?
yeah,
Yeah.
except when you forget about it, you forget about it. Then you got
Yeah, right. Yep.
All right,
Those are
very
words
cool.
for that, but we can't use it.
Macs always work though. No problem with this one.
So,
Nice
thanks,
work, Chris.
Good demo, Billy.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, going to you, Dane.
Oh, all right. Going to me. Let's see. Let's go to this.
And thank
All
everybody
right.
else that
So,
was I logged off a while ago.
do what, Billy?
I said, and thank everybody else that was saying stuff as I logged off a while ago.
Oh, yeah. Huge amount of kudos you received, Billy. You know, once again, thank you very much.
Well, I didn't
so
get it
earlier,
finished, but oh well.
Yeah, we'll see the finished product, and you'll be able to tell us more about it next week. So we get to look forward to that as well during gallery. So earlier this week, in one of the wood turning forums, came across a request for help on a grinding wheel, and it was a sharpening issue. And he was using, the individual was using a Wolverine rig, had the arm out, and he was sharpening a spindle gouge. And instead of being at the 10 o'clock position on the wheel, he was on center or a little bit below center. And for most of us that are, experienced in grinding, we know that is a big time no-no. You're never going to be at the 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock position on a grinding wheel when you're sharpening in the V arm with your gouge. And so this is the result of what happened. And he was lucky he didn't break the tool. He didn't shatter the wheel too bad.
Too bad don't sound good.
Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't look good either.
Glad he had his guard on. Holy crap.
Keep in mind, this is a stone wheel, guys. So I don't know how that's amazing.
And so
I didn't see
Give me a
anything.
minute.
Need a little dressing. He was really low.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. He was at
He was
at the center of the wheel. That's the issue. And it just dug dug the wheel into.
I still can't see anything.
Well, I see
Anybody
it,
else
Billy,
see it?
so it's there.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
I see. I see.
Okay.
It's a huge
I
gouge.
see it now.
You know, so this is VR.
yeah.
You know, so he was at the center mark or below the center mark with his spindle gouge, and it just sucked it down
Sure.
and just dug it. And he's just lucky that it did not blow up this wheel. And so the amazing thing is, there is on this site, there are people that claim to be experienced turners think that this wheel is okay to use. All you got to do is just dress it and take it down, you know, to get rid of all
Oh,
that. They think
hell
this
to the
wheel
no.
can still be used. And
No,
you know, so,
no,
so
no,
I,
I hope
you
you
know,
told them. I hope you told them to come to WWW on Wednesday night.
but this
I
guy
don't,
is,
I don't understand that
is-
either, Dane.
well, because you were never there.
Yeah, okay.
This guy's just, you know, in other words, this guy is an absolute idiot, and he thinks that, you know, and he's telling this woman that it's perfectly fine to dress this wheel down, and he's telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, and you know, take it
That's
for what
where-
you want. You know,
That's
if
where
a
the
person,
invite. That's where
this-
the invite
this-
should have been.
this
Come to
wheel-
WWW.
this, you know, before a tool was even touched on it, this wheel has the option or the possibility to blow up just by turning the grinder on, because the dexterity
Yeah.
of that wheel has already been destroyed.
Right.
I mean, there is no way of telling how many micro stress
Cracks.
fractures are inside that wheel. None.
Right?
Was this
mean,
on I have quit following that. There is so much bad advice being given. It's
Oh, I know.
dangerous. It is a
It is.
dangerous YouTube or Facebook page.
Yes, it is.
If we could do something to get
For
that
some of
taken
the
off.
members.
Yeah,
Right.
He's lucky that didn't blow up.
absolutely.
Oh, I know. He's just so lucky. You know, hopefully, you know,
Yeah.
the individual heeds my advice on it.
There is nothing salvageable
You know,
about that.
No.
right?
That's a
You
ticking
know,
time bomb.
Yep.
It
Sure
is.
I hope that's at least the low speed grinder.
Yeah, it's the Raycon slow speed.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a Raycon low speed.
Yeah.
Looks like it's floated.
I still wouldn't withstand in front of that when you turn on again after seeing.
I
it.
wouldn't turn it
Well,
on.
I wouldn't turn it on
wouldn't turn
again.
it
I
on.
would not want to be.
I
in
would
front
take
of
that
at
wheel
all.
off. That wheel needs to be taken off.
That's
It's
garbage.
toast.
First,
It is
first
toast.
of all,
Take
you
that
don't
wheel
stand,
off and replace it with a Blue Norton.
first of all, you don't stand in front of a grinder the first time when you turn it on in the first place, because you never know what
No.
happened to the wheel.
All right.
I don't even stand in front of my CBN wheel.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't either. You know, to include when I'm sharpening, I stand
just-
off to the side.
You don't know the spindle on the stinking grinder could let go and the whole thing
Right.
come flying off.
You know,
And I've
so
seen that happen.
It can, sure. And something like this, that could cause a fracture in the spindle of that grinder.
What
I mean,
what kind
I
of
mean, look
sharpening
at that.
system does that look like to anybody? What kind of sharpening
it's a
system is that?
it's a Wolverine system.
What? And he has it down on like that?
Yeah, that's not a Wolverine rest on there,
No,
but he's got
right.
the rails on the bottom, and he's
Well, the
rigged
rail,
up something.
the rail is, you know, that rail there is the Raycon, you know, canned rail, and he's got them installed wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
But, you know, down here at the bottom, you know, it's the Wolverine angle, you know,
right.
V-arm.
Yes, right.
I mean, it
And
doesn't
they
make-
had
it
and they
doesn't
had the
make any
gouge in
sense.
there,
Doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
you know. So
That,
just you know, this thing is just toast.
that,
Yeah,
that
I'll blow
tool
it up.
rest is
I mean,
that
like,
tool
like
rest
that.
is probably what saved him, Dane.
It may be.
Yeah, it could.
Probably
Well,
what we
yeah,
should
it
do is
saved it from
infiltrate.
being
We should
sucked
infiltrate
inside.
that channel.
that.
Infiltrate that channel on a regular
No,
basis.
no,
Look at that.
no.
And come say
Al,
WWW. Believe me.
Al, I'm one of the primary admins on that group, and
Yeah,
all of the dissenting comments, Dane, have been removed. So your comment is stands. And
Okay, right on.
the folks who are disagreeing with you and offering unsafe advice, their comments are gone.
Okay,
Well,
good. Yeah, that.
Maybe.
And I know you know the
maybe
guy
just
that
an
I'm talking
invite.
about. That
Maybe
Dan
just an
Hook.
invite. Just an invite to WWW on a Wednesday night. That's all. Don't say
Al,
you know,
that's
I- you
actually
know, I-
Al. Al, that's actually against the group rules in that group. You can't
Really?
redirect people to other places
Yep.
unless you're
Right.
answering a question directly. So,
Right.
Well, that would be an answer to your question.
Well, but it's group
No,
rules,
no,
Al, and
no,
you got to
it's not.
follow the
No,
group
no, it's
rules.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You know, of
Right.
course. Of course.
So, but this, this is a real good learning example. And this is something that we can clip out, to show, on our YouTube station, this wheel was wrong. And what had happened is, the V-arm was used, the gouge was put in, and there's nothing wrong with sharpening the gouge, on the V-arm. That's why it's there, but you don't sharpen on center of the wheel. You sharpen up by 10 o'clock. And then you ain't got no worry about that wheel, because it's coming at you and pulling your tool down and sucking it in, because that's what's going to, he got lucky, the wheel didn't blow up and he didn't have a fragment, come blowing at his face or her face. I don't even, the individual, I don't know if it's boy or girl, it makes no difference on that, but
I think the original,
they got lucky. They got really lucky.
yeah. I think the original poster was male. His name is Joe.
Well,
Okay.
and the other thing is that Rikon tool rest that they mounted to the table, that's not how that was originally mounted from the factory.
Well, of course.
They fought it and they had no idea what they're doing on that.
Yeah, that didn't belong there, but it, like Scott was mentioning, that prevented them from having that tool sucked all the way down in. And,
Exactly.
and then going underneath and creating a lever action against that wheel.
Well, it may that rest may have also made that groove a lot deeper because if it could have spat the tool down, right, rather than I'm looking at the pictures, so it's I agree that the rest shouldn't be there.
It probably went down so far, went to a gouge that actually stopped the motor for a second. Gave him a second to shut the motor off. I'll bet, because I mean
it's hard to know.
It goes down about 1.25 inches or so. So he had to go down deep enough.
It's hard to know.
Didn't stop with that tool.
I'm just saying. It had to go down in the big gouge for a second. That motor probably stopped.
The wheel. I disagree. It looks like the wheel kept going because that groove is really deep. And it had to have been on there a while.
Yeah, it ran for quite a while before he shut it off.
Yeah,
it shook him up, but I'm sure he shut it off quick.
Well, yeah, but I think what I'm saying, Al, is I think that the wheel actually trapped the tool against that guard that he's got in.
It did. Yes, it did. Right. That's what I'm agreeing with. For a split second, I bet it maybe stopped or slowed down that motor. And shocked the crap out of him.
I don't think it did, or the groove wouldn't be so deep. I think it kept going.
I mean,
it didn't stop.
The groove maybe would have went longer if you think.
It had to have
the tool stop. Something had to stop quick.
The tool had to have been pinned against that guard for a while, and with pressure on it in order to keep making the groove deep. So
that's what I'm saying. It had to slow down that motor. Scared the crap out of him.
No, it didn't slow down the motor. It just took the grinding wheel off. The motor just kept on ticking.
I know, but it goes in.
The motor,
it goes in and it goes back out. That's what I'm saying. It had to stop for a second. Then it came back out.
What's telling is the tool rest here. It's not bent and it's not showing any signs of any damage. So. It was just the force of the wheel just digging at it. There on that tool rest.
That if that tool would have went underneath that wheel, it would have exploded that wheel.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or it would have thrown the tool back at him, one or the other, or both.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. In a split second.
But there's no damage to the.
Down in there.
It didn't go down. It was stuck. Well, the tool was stuck right there. It didn't. In my opinion, because there's no damage to the tool rest here.
Well, there's
no damage there. It's not bent.
You can see it by the dust there, Dane. It's on the tool rest.
Yeah, right there.
That's all the farther the tool went.
Right. It was just laid there and it was just pinned down from the force.
Yep.
I'm just beside
just
myself.
bad news.
You could see an obvious stress fracture right down the middle of that wheel.
Oh, for sure.
And somebody wants to redress that thing to save what?
Somebody wants to redress it.
$20? Risk your life for $20?
I wouldn't want to try to stand in front of that when you're redressing it because it's just
oh my goodness.
Right? I mean, could you imagine?
No.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near it.
You need more than the face shield I use.
This is the back side of the wheel. You know, it's
On a side note, those of us that turn backwards or that have our grinders running backwards,
right?
We will never have that issue.
That's true. True.
That's right.
So that's just craziness. So I thought Sue would appreciate that for his safety.
I'll never have
appreciate that. He's lucky that handle didn't come up and smack him in the teeth.
Yeah.
I'll never have that issue. I think my Tormac runs at 110 RPM.
Yeah.
So Billy, what do you do? Turn it around and rewire a different switch?
No.
You just turn the whole thing around backwards.
Yeah,
I just turn the head around.
I just turned the whole thing around.
Okay.
Dane unbolted the motor and turned it around on the base. I didn't bother doing that. I just flipped it 180 degrees and
you just turn it.
I have to reach over the back to turn it on and turn it off, but that ain't no big deal.
Okay, well that was my question. How do you do it? Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I would prefer grinding that way instead of it coming at me.
You have to. It takes some getting used to because
it does,
especially if you're using the platform, like when I'm grinding my skews or whatever.
Yeah,
it takes some getting used to because the wheel wants to take the tool away from you and take it uphill.
Yeah.
So you've got to really push down on the platform and have a good, strong platform to be able to deal with it. But it's no big deal.
That just reminds me to take the heel off of the tool when I'm done.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate thing is sometimes you take the heel off first before you get to sharpening.
Yeah, well, that happens to me.
Really. I was asked tonight about the angles on my tools, and I was asked last week the angle of my bottom feeder. I did not mention that tonight, but my big roughing gouge and my 5/8 inch bowl gouge and my 5/8 inch bottom feeder are all 45 degrees.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Right
Isn't the bottom feeder usually like 40 degrees or is that something else?
I've
No,
seen
I'm thinking
bottom
of some-
feeders that were like 50, 55.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Ignore that. Okay, cool. Thanks, Billy. Appreciate the information.
No problem. I mean, and that's the only reason they're at 45 degrees is because that's the angle that bottom feeder originally came. I just kept it at the angle I was grinding at. And as it turned out, that's also the angle that my big roughing gouge came. And so I just used that angle when I started doing my fingernail grind.
Now, I think Thompson grinds most of his tools at 60, if I remember correct.
Probably. I haven't checked the angle on my Thompson. I've got one.
I know that the angle on my deep fluted bowl gouge is 55 degrees because I measured it. And that's a pretty standard angle, usually between 45 and 55 degrees, or is it between 50 and 60 degrees or something like that?
Yeah,
Everybody has their own.
measured mine tonight.
Everybody has their own preference. And I will say that once you get things working the way you want them to work, after that, you want to keep your grind consistent because you've trained your muscle memory to use the tool.
Correct.
Yeah. So, and that's the whole game with using like something like a Wolverine grinding
Right.
system or anything else. This is your goal is to get consistent grinds. Repeat the same grind on your tool because
Yeah,
you've
my
trained your
5/8
muscle memory.
my 5/8 fingernail grind may not be anywhere close to right, but that's what I ground it to when I got it, and because
That's what worked.
I set my what I did was I set my I don't have a Wolverine, but I've got the PSI knockoff. So I set the angle of the tool the angle of the jig in line with Doug Thompson's picture that he hands out on that 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So I set the angles the same on the jig and went in 2 inches and started cutting. But I kept the original angle on the gouge, which was that PNN was probably also about 45, maybe 50. I don't remember. But I measured them all tonight and they're at 45.
That 55 degrees is a good bevel angle to get almost a whole bowl out of, as long as your opening's not too tight.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, see, it's a big fallacy with turners, especially with new turners. They're typically, your gouge and your spindle gouge comes at 55 degrees pre-ground from the factory, no matter who the manufacturer is, or somewhere is right around there. And the best thing to do is to learn how to make that tool cut, because if you're not getting a good cut off your tool because you're not presenting it right, cutting the correct way based upon the type of wood, riding the bevel to along with having the flute open for the proper degreeness as you're making your cut, and you're having issues there, and then you see somebody else that's got a different grind and they're just plowing through the wood, and then the individual wants to go, oh, okay, what angle, that's every week, we have what angle is that, and some people are going and chasing that angle. They regrind, to that angle. And guess what happens? They're getting the same performance as what they had before they made the change to it. Learn your tool that you have with the initial grind. And then from there, you can make changes, you make changes because you want to be able to plow through wood. You open up that angle, lower degree, and it allows you to plow through more wood, steeper angle, 60, 70, 80, you're going to be taking smaller bites and you're going to have more clean control, smaller bites as you're going through. You're going to get a more supreme surface.
Can I go back to my demo for a second?
Yeah.
This afternoon, before I started, I was thinking about how I needed to make my cuts because I was doing spindle. So the straws are all running this way.
And
right?
end grain work. Yep.
Yeah, so I was running end grain. So the straws are all running this way. So you want to address that in exactly the opposite direction that you would do in a side grain bowl. A side grain bowl to cut downhill, you're cutting from the bottom up. Mm-hmm. On an end grain bowl to cut downhill, you cut from the top down, because then your fibers are supported. Because as you're cutting downhill, you've got all the support from the fibers below it. If you try to cut uphill, which I didn't do on the outside, then it's going to fight you and you're not going to get a good cut. What happened when I started hollowing the inside with my gouge? You remember?
You were cutting from the rim to the center.
I cut exactly opposite of the way that I told myself to cut before I went down there to do my demo. I was cutting from the outside in, cutting non-supported fibers, and the tool was fighting me all the way.
if I had started cutting with my gouge from the inside out, I would have got nice, smooth, clean cuts, and that wouldn't have fought me so bad. So my demoitis tonight was forgetting what the hell I was doing or supposed to be doing. You
And I was
never
muted. I
cut
was muted when I
against
tried to
the
tell you
grain or
that.
against the fibers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time when you did that and it bounced on you, but I just came back from inside the house and I was muted and I go, Billy, think about your grain direction.
Yep.
And that's
I,
why
And
you,
I just
later on,
absolutely forgot about it.
yeah.
that's one of the
Cut
reasons
these
you
straight
cut
bowl
well,
cut
too.
from the inside out.
I was biting my tongue the whole time.
Sorry,
Well, it
Terry.
goes-
I had a brain fart. It was one of those things. I
It
know
happens.
better.
You know, it happens to us all.
I know better. And I told myself this afternoon before I went down there, make sure you cut from the inside out when you go to the inside. And what did I do? Just exactly the opposite.
Well, that goes back to that demo we had a little while back with the guy with the ring tool going from the bottom out.
Well,
Same deal. Yeah.
Yep. Same principle. Yeah.
you did the same thing with your hollower.
Yeah. It doesn't matter with the tool.
Exactly. When I started hollowing, what I do? Inside out.
Yeah. You did from the inside to the rim. Yep.
And the bell didn't go off until just a minute ago.
You just needed a drink.
I was going to Billy, I was going to bring it up to you in the after hours, but since you're self-deprecating just like I am,
No, I have no problem telling
there.
people, look, I screwed up when I did this. Don't do this.
Right.
I don't have a problem admitting when I
do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, Dane's gonna cut
classic
your
example.
compensation by 50% tonight.
Yeah,
like I was saying, Billy, that could be one of the reasons that your tendon got jammed loose a couple times. You were going from the
that was the exact.
You think, Tim?
At least once or twice.
I mean, it's in other realms. In other realms, it's called a catch.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, in normal realms, it might be a catch.
I thought that was called a shit.
In realms. In
Here
realms
worldwide, it's
realms of
demoitis.
an trained bowl, it's an idiot.
No, in worldwide, it's only demoitis.
It's a oh shit moment.
Yep, that's my words.
I know, but why did it take me so long to realize what I did?
Because you had back pain going on. That's why.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So with that, we're at the top of the hour. I got to say, we had a wonderful evening tonight, and nobody will convince me otherwise. We had a fantastic demonstration by Billy.
I don't know about
we
that.
had, we got to see the elbow tool in use for the first time, in 6.5 years. So that's
I thought
pretty
I'd
cool.
used that before.
Well, maybe you have, and maybe it was when I was doing my time up in Kentucky and wasn't able to get on all the time. And as a matter of fact, that's when it was. I remember now because I remember me and you had a talk afterwards. Yeah,
But a lot of the
Great
newbies haven't
demo
seen it.
on how not to do something.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of good gallery and we had a lot of good discussion. Folks, make sure you go into the YouTube channel. Look at Worldwide Woodturners. We got the patch, our logo there. Look at the videos. You don't have to watch them. Just give it a thumbs up. Give it a quick view and give it a thumbs up, and that helps us out. Because we're trying to get some money from the old YouTube folks. Put a little bit of money in the coffers for level up and future planning and expenses and stuff for the club. So got club patches galore yet to available for sale. $750 shipped worldwide. We've got 2,500 club stickers. $1.75 shipped US. $2.75 shipped internationally.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Level up registration, get after it. Classes are filling up.
Save the chat, folks.
Now guys
I
are
will
literally
be
getting ready
bringing-
to come to you and say, Doug, what is it we got to do now?
Save the chat. Save the chat.